So this morning, I'm going to tackle the installation of a master cylinder repair kit in the rear caliper of the 75 Goldwing. I took it apart last week. Probably could have done it over the winter. I kind of forgot. But it was pretty crusty. You can see some of the old parts here. They're not usable anymore. I'll reuse the snap ring and this. I don't know if this is a clevis, what you would call it. But most of these parts are going to go in the trash. And the master cylinder itself, I took it apart, spent a bunch of time really cleaning it. Ultrasonic cleaner, lots of scrubbing. Came up pretty good. I'll keep this reservoir. It's not visible anyway. It's hidden behind the side cover. It's still structurally fine. It's just kind of yellowed. And everything's clean. Everything's clear. The cap is good. The rubber diaphragm is still good. So for the most part, these internal parts are junk. And this kit, K&L makes it. I just buy these on eBay. Whoever the lowest priced vendor is with good ratings, buy it from them. And they've worked well for me so far. I didn't record taking this thing apart, but really you just need snap ring pliers. I have a few pairs that I've collected over the years. The long ones were really more for the front master cylinder. That one's pretty tricky to reach the snap ring. But this one, the snap ring sits right here. It's very easy to access. So really any of these would work. I do like these Craftsman pliers. They're kind of slick. I know some of their stuff is a little gimmicky, but these, it's just got this little lever to reverse the direction of when these things are opening or closing. Then there's little handles, storage here for the extra sized tips that can go in. So it's not bad. I like using these, but any of these will do it. So nice thing with this kit that some others I've installed didn't have is this rubber seal right here. This is the first time I've seen it installed on this metal part. I've had to install these myself, and it is tough getting this thing over the end. I've used a lot of grease and carefully wrestle with it, and I do eventually get it, but I always feel like I'm going to damage it. I'm very happy that this one's already installed, because that, for me, for the rear master cylinder, that was always the worst part, was wrestling this thing on here. It is quite a large, either end is large to fit that over. Maybe there's some trick I'm not aware of, but it has been a wrestling match every time. So these are the new parts. You can kind of see the drastic difference here. Some of these. So this master cylinder should be just about as good as new by the time these things are installed. So keep in mind, I'm not an expert. I'm not a professional. I'm just a hobbyist. So do your research. Make sure if you're working on your brakes, you're doing it correctly. And I've done a few of these. I can get through it, but I'm certainly not an expert, and don't think that what I'm doing here is with much professional training or anything like that. I just figure it out as I go. But I do know this is the sequence that these go in to this master cylinder. There's a rubber cup here that goes this way, and then I don't know what you call this thing on the end here, but it goes in first. So those just slide in. I think I'll put a little brake fluid on this guy. Help it to slide in there neatly. Maybe easier said than done. All right, that's in there. So that's the spring that's gonna push the piston back down when needed. So this goes in next, and my fingers are already covered in brake fluid, so this should just slide right in, and it's going to come out from that spring, but I can see that it's moving freely and should work just fine. So this is next, this threaded shaft with the ball on the end. The ball rides in this cupped end of this piston, so it's going to go just like this. And then the last item is the snap ring that's going to drop into its groove here. Kind of wish I had 3 hands to do this part. Not sure if this will show up well on the camera, but let's see what I can get done here. Yeah, wish that I had another hand. All right, it's fighting me. I'm sure a professional would do this in about 2 seconds. All right. So I did not feel it snap into its groove. There it goes. I think we could all hear that. So hopefully you can see it. The snap ring's in its groove. This thing is retained the way it needs to be. And there's this lock nut here for locking up against this. But next I want to get this boot installed. It's going to sit here, and it needs to pass over that. And let's see if I can get this thing loose. So that's a 14. Let me grab another 14. Boy, that's tight. There is that one piece. You know, that may be... I think it is. I think I goofed up. I think I need this lock nut off of the old part. So that's what's got me here. So that looks pretty corroded. Let's see how much that's going to fight me. All right, not terrible. Alright, so I might as well get this rubber boot installed before I put the rest of it on. So I'll put a little brake fluid to help it slide over. Come on now. All right. So next, let's get this on. And then I'll adjust that once it's mounted on the bike and attached to the brake lever, brake pedal. So that's it. It's rebuilt, new parts. It's ready to install on the bike once I'm at that point. And should work well. Like I said, it won't be visible, but it looks much nicer than it did, that's for sure. So next up, when I get a chance, is going to be the front brake. Same procedure. I'm trying to make a decision here on which of these master cylinders to use. A viewer was kind enough to send me this master cylinder that's more of a natural sun-faded color that my other two Goldwings are sporting. They turn a bit bronze from the sun. You can see where the rubber boot kept the original black. This one I had powder coated, not powder coated, anodized. And it came out kind of chalky, and the powder coater, he knocked 50% off what he was charging me because he and I both agreed it didn't look great. Last night I just rubbed some oil on it and wiped it off this morning, and right now I think it looks pretty decent. I don't know if it's going to last, but I'm tempted to use it because it does match the clutch side perch, I guess. The way it is right now. Those don't seem to fade the way the brake side fades. I don't know why. But this doesn't look bad with the oil on it. I may rub it some more with a nice clean towel and see, like, is it going to dry out and turn chalky again? Maybe this will do it for me for a while. This one will be more of a natural look, and it looks more like my original ones on my other bikes. So, decision I'm trying to make right now. I have another reservoir coming in that another person sent me. It's being shipped right now, so I'll have that soon. And then I'll make the decision, but I've got the kit here ready to go once I decide which one I'm going to use. I need to make that choice. I'm not sure yet. Feel free to let me know what you think in the comments. But otherwise, I'll be doing these here in the next several days, probably, once I choose one.